Welcome to Crochet Along with Miss Carol from the Bloomingdale Public Library. Today we are going to learn how to do the waffle stitch. The pattern that is associated with this video is the waffle stitch pillow that has a little pat of butter here sewn onto the front so that it looks like a waffle with a pat of butter. Now, I just want to say a little bit about patterns and intellectual property and copyright laws. And I was inspired to do this pillow pattern by a pattern that I saw online that was designed by Michelle Jasek. And she had her YouTube video. You can find the link to that video on the printed pattern, which is at mybpl.org under the programs menu, under Youth Services Program Handouts, Miss Carol Crochets, and then you just go down until you find the waffle pillow pattern. And you can find the pattern that Miss Jasek did, which was for a waffle purse, which was also very cute. And with the parents' help of finding the pattern, I would encourage you to try that if that's something that appeals to you. But I took her idea and changed it a little bit to make it into a pillow, which fit my needs a little better. And I also wanted to highlight the waffle stitch or waffle pattern, which is a very common stitch. Many people have done instructions on how to do it. I've written the pattern based on that, and I feel comfortable sharing with you on this video on how to do the waffle stitch without stepping on anybody's toes. But I definitely want to give credit to Michelle Jasek for her idea of making it into an actual waffle and putting a little pat of butter on it. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy looking at her pattern as well. So what we need to do the waffle stitch is we need a number 4 weight yarn. I'm using acrylic. What I'm using here is a tweed. It has a cream color, which I thought was kind of waffle color. I ran out of the camel that I made my original pillow with. And it also has a fleck of brown and a bluish black, which I thought, well, maybe my waffle will look a little bit like a blueberry maple waffle. We'll see how that works out. But this is just some basic yarn that I had in my stash. I am not going to be showing you the waffle pillow from beginning to end, but I am going to show you how to do the waffle pattern, how to figure out how many stitches you need to make the size you want for your pillow. And then you can go to the written pattern on our website for more details on how to do the finishing and the details on it. So we're going to take our yarn and do our slip stitch. I'm going to make a foundation stitch, and I need to figure out how many stitches I need in my foundation stitch. So my waffle pattern is 3 stitches long. My turning chain is 3 stitches because we're working with double crochet. And I need, and the turning chain counts as 1 stitch. So I'm going to do 3 stitches for my turning chain, 3 stitches for my stitch, and then 2 stitches at the end to make up 1 repeat, which includes that turning chain at the beginning. So my formula is I need a multiple of 3 for as long as I want to make my pattern, and plus 2 to make sure that I end at the right point in my stitches so that it's easy to turn my pattern and work the other way. Like I said, I'm not going to do a full pattern, so I want to give 5 repeats of the pattern in each row to demonstrate. So I'm going to take 5 times 3, and that's 15 plus 2 is 17. So I'm going to single crochet 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then I'm going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook all the way back across my chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're doing a basic double crochet. Almost there. Now, if you don't know how to do a double crochet, you can check some of the other videos on Miss Crochet Along with Miss Carol on our website, and I teach you the double crochet stitch in the bookmark pattern is I think the first time I've introduced it. We're going to do a 3 chain turning chain. 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn our pattern and be ready to go back the other way. Okay. We've done our chain 3. We've turned our work. The next thing on row 2 is to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay. Our next stitch is going to be a front post double crochet, which is worked just like a double crochet. You're going to yarn over, except instead of going through the stitch here, we're going to go behind the post of that stitch. Yarn over, pull up, and complete our double crochet just as we would. I'm going to do double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then another front post double crochet. Double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then front post double crochet. Double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then front post double crochet. And then double crochet in the next 2 stitches, which includes that first 3 chain turning chain, because that counts as our first double crochet. Okay, we're going to do 3 chain turning chain and turn our work. Now, for this row, the second row of our pattern, we are going to front post double crochet in the double crochets we did before, and double crochet in the front post double crochets we did before. So our turning chain is our turning chain. So we're not going to do a front post double crochet here, but that counts as our first. So we're going to yarn over and do a front post double crochet across behind the next stitch. Then we're going to double crochet. Then we're going to front post and do the next 2 stitches. Sorry, this is a new angle. I'm trying to make sure I stay in frame. Double crochet. Front post double crochet twice. Double crochet. And then front post double crochet twice. And then we're going to double crochet into that first turning chain. Make sure that 1, 2, there we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and turn again. And going back, we're going to remember that we're going to double crochet into the front post double crochets of the previous row and front post double crochet on the double crochets of the previous row. So we're alternating. Okay, so I'm at that last repeat, so I'm going to double crochet and end on a double crochet into the turning chain. And that's all there is to it. You continue repeating each row, just alternating with this is the back side of your pattern. This is the front side of your pattern. I'm going to complete a couple of rows here on my own, a few more rows on my own, just to show you how it creates that waffle pattern as you get rows into it. You continue to do the same and check yours and see if it looks the same as mine or similar to mine. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. And then you just keep doing that until you have your pillow the size that you want it. I'll check back with you in just a minute. Okay, so I have a few rows done, and I want to show you the front of your work is going to look like a waffle. The back of your work will look like this. Now, this is small for a pillow. As I said, this was just a sample of how to do the stitch. I could use it as a coaster maybe, if I would add a few more rows to it, or something else if I wanted. But I just wanted to go over a little bit about how to size yours the way you want. You might want to make a pillow the size of mine, or you might want to make a whole blanket out of it. When I do a stitch like this, that is a repeat of a pattern, and I know how many chains I need per repeat, I usually start my foundation chain, and I just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 until my chain measures as wide as I want my project to be. And then I add those 2 chains so that the repeats work out, and go from there. If you want to know exactly how many chains you need before you start, you can make a small swatch like this, and then maybe a little bigger than this one, and then use a ruler and measure how wide each of those repeats are. So a repeat would be like 1 front post double crochet and 2 regular double crochets. Measure that, and that's what, maybe 3/4 of an inch. I don't have a ruler right here with me, but you would measure it with your ruler and figure out exactly, and then multiply that or divide how wide you want your thing by how many stitches you have in it. You go ahead, if you need help, email me at cleeson@mybpl.org if you need help figuring that out. Have fun with your waffle stitch. I also added that pat of butter, which I just made a square of yellow double crochets, and then did a single crochet border around it and sewed it to the top of my waffle. The back on mine, I just did a double crochet square that matched the side of my waffle piece, and then I attached them together by doing a single crochet join around the whole thing. And that's how I made my waffle palette. Have fun with it. Send me a picture of yours when you get it done. Happy crocheting.